What happens when the son of the strongest king alive is born without the ability to hear or speak, and is also weak as hell? You get someone who would most likely be executed or abandoned by their parents in medieval times. But what happens when you turn it into an anime and add in beautiful animation, a stellar soundtrack, and a quirky cast of characters? You get Rankin of Kings, baby. An anime about a prince named Boji, the son of the strongest man in the world, and his journey to becoming strong enough to be worthy of the title of king. I spoke about this anime in my top 5 anime of the year video, and I only had good things to say about it. It was only on about episode 11 at the time, so I couldn't necessarily put it in the top 5, because it was halfway done, you know. But I said in that video, I was like, if it continues on this pace, it's definitely getting in the top 5 next year. The animation continuously surprises me with how high quality it is, and the story has been getting more and more interesting with each episode introducing new world building, new interesting concepts, and new intriguing characters. And with the climax of the first season coming up, I was expecting great things, and this expectation was being met. With every new episode, we got beautiful fluid fight scenes, great character development, and so many twists and turns in the plot that I never knew what would happen next. The only issue that I could see in these episodes was the amount of times people were presumed to be dead, but then got healed. But I didn't necessarily care, because I'm not someone who longs for death in anime. I'm not like one of those people who's like, no one died, cringe arc. I don't care about that. In fact, I'd rather people stay alive, because it just makes you feel better. But then episode 22 struck, and I was left feeling the most dissatisfaction I have felt in an anime since the ending of Devilman Crybaby. In fact, I was so dissatisfied that I instantly started writing this paragraph about it. And beware, the paragraph includes spoilers, but here are my thoughts directly after witnessing episode 22. I just finished episode 22 of Ranking of Kings, which basically wrapped up the whole Miranjo situation. And now that it's come to a close, I can safely say that it was top 3 worst possible endings to that arc. The whole scenario felt way too Disney, even for a shonen meathead like me, who always wants things to go well. Miranjo orchestrated pretty much every bad event that happened over a decade, convincing Boss to ruin his son's life, killing Boji's mom, attempting to kill Hilling multiple times, almost killing every member of the Elite Four multiple times, almost destroying the entire kingdom, basically forcing the #1 king, or I guess future #1 king, to go to war with them, feeding Boss to Daida and having him take over his body, telling the sword instructor to kill Boji. I think she did that. I don't really remember that well. And probably a bunch of other fucked up shit in the meantime that they didn't show. But it's like, but then they're like, oh, but her backstory was so sad. Oh, all is forgiven, and not only that, we're gonna use a wish that Dessa and Despa worked for and earned so that they could stop their brother from literally being an insane murderer, just to revive you and take you out of the punishment that you knew you were getting yourself into. Like, what? It's the most insane shit I've ever seen. Like, she literally did her best to cause as much pain and suffering to everyone as possible. She killed Boji in front of his mom, gruesomely. She launched, like, arrows through her body, and Boji was, like, covered in her blood. It was horrid. But no, it's all okay, because she was a nice kid, and the people of a country turned on her. Yeah, they ripped off her face. That was really fucked up. They also killed her mother, which was really fucked up. Yes, she had a horrific childhood. Doesn't excuse the fact that she's done worse things in her adulthood than people did to her in her childhood. You know, it was nice up until adulthood, when they went insane because of something out of their control. Oken, you know, who's stuck as a pile of mush inside a boulder now, inside the ground, screaming in agony. Also Oken. Like, you literally hear him screaming in pain and agony, and Despa's like literally like cringing at the sound of it, because he just can't handle hearing his brother scream like that. And the only reason he's even in that boulder is because Miranjo brought him back. The little bitch. Oh my god. Just me thinking about this isn't even part of the script anymore. I'm just thinking about it. She literally caused so much bad shit to happen. It's insane. Like, her being forgiven was so ungratifying. Miranjo, she's a horrific person, and she probably deserved to be stuck in that devil. Like, she knew what she was getting into by making that deal with the devil, and that she should have faced the consequences, because she's done fucked up shit to deserve the consequences, because she's a bitch. Like, imagine if in One Piece, after Luffy beat Dofi, he was like, you know what? Even though you literally enslaved an entire kingdom, forced the king to commit mass murder, turned people into toys, forgotten by their loved ones, living in constant agony, and killed your dad and brother, I want you to join my crew so you can find the One Piece, because you got tortured as a child and your mom died. Like, the only actual difference between Dofi and Miranjo was that Miranjo got her face cut off and Dofi's plan actually worked. To make it even worse, isn't she like 30 and she's now marrying Daida, who's like 12? Like, what? Now she's a nonce too? Like, they've gone out of their way to make Miranjo the most unlikable fucking person possible, just to be like, actually, Daida and everyone else forgives her. I know this point of the show is all forgiveness. That's literally like the theme of the show. But it just gets to a point where it's too much. It's too much. You're forgiving this woman for literally causing atrocities. Like, how am I supposed to expect the next villain to not be forgiven? What does he have to do? What does he have to do? Does he have to cause a genocide? Does he have to single-handedly like rip apart all of Boji's family? What does he have to do to not be forgiven? The next villain is gonna have to be an absolute fucking monster. And even if he doesn't have a sad backstory, like you still have no excuse to not forgive him if you excuse Miranjo. But what if the new villain wasn't a good person as a child? I don't give a fuck. Miranjo almost caused the downfall of an entire kingdom, and she wanted to. She tried to cause the downfall of the entire kingdom in the most horrific way possible, and yet she's marrying Daida now. She's marrying him. She's literally gonna become queen. So fucking insane. Like, imagine if when Luffy met Crocodile again, and he was like, I know they fought alongside each other. So you might be like, well, your point about Doflamingo doesn't work because it literally happened with Crocodile, but it's not the same thing. Luffy didn't really have a choice. He needed Crocodile's help. They did not need Miranjo at all. They have the literal strongest person in the world, Boji, on their side. What do they need Miranjo for? But Luffy actually needed Crocodile's help. And it's not like he would let Crocodile do whatever he wanted. He was still stopping Crocodile from doing shit, like attacking Whitebeard and stuff. He wasn't fucking getting married to him. Anyways, there we have it. Safe to say I was less than happy about Miranjo not only being saved from the punishment that she kind of agreed to when making a deal with the goddamn devil, but also being revived and then forgiven for basically trying to kill everyone in the fucking kingdom. Episode 23 didn't really help with the scenario at all. In fact, Oken just got cucked even harder by getting his fucking head chopped off and then sent into an ocean. So Oken's he's just fucked now. His head's been eaten by a fish. He has to go find that shit. And that was caused by someone that Miranjo freed because she's a fucking idiot. But other than that, it ended off the series in an amazing way. It was still great, and I'm excited for the future of the series. They left a lot of questions to be asked, and I really can't wait for them to be answered. Almost everything about this anime was amazing. If you want an anime where everything ends up great, and it's all sunshine and rainbows, makes you feel good most of the time, then watch this one. It's really nice. It's pretty heartwarming, other than the thing that I was complaining about, and it's very, very interesting. I'm excited to see where it goes. That being said, I heard that the quality kind of drops off and continues to get worse and worse, so I really don't know how I'm gonna feel about it, but hey, I'm excited to see. That fight with King Boss was amazing. Boss, I don't know why I called him Boss. Boss. The Elite Four or whatever they're called, they were really cool. Boji's an amazing character. Daida is an amazing character. There's a lot of amazing characters. It's a fantastic show. I do urge you to watch it, although the end might leave you feeling a bit but still, it's worth the watch. Anyways, I do indeed hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see y'all in the next one. Deuces.
Up, I wanna be an OG, sipping 4-5s like my granddaddy. Wanna be an alcoholic, no time for family. Can't even see the dishes from the people around me. I wanna be the dude that your girl calls pimp. Me, motherfucker, who could bust your lip. I bust another baby mamas, leave them crying, leave them lonely like my papa. I don't wanna be a doctor, I don't wanna be a lawyer. I just wanna be important, put my face on maps. Everybody know me cause the motherfucker raps. Deal with the devil, dealt with the devil, lead with the devil, lie. I'm the devil, I need the devil, you need the devil. Who you think you talking to? You talking to the best they never knew. No crew, never had a clique, no gang. Living by myself, never been no thing. Never need a bitch, never needed a woman. I never needed anybody but a pen and my bullet. I can't deal with the lows that'll come in the future. If I blow up, then it was good to know you. A guy like me can't deal with fame. When you hear this verse, then remember my name.